2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Los Angeles. Welcome fans to 2K Sports. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Now, here's Lillard. Passes it to Powell. Lillard left side. Kanter in the corner. McCollum outside. 5 to shoot. That one drops for him.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Here's Powell. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. McCollum passes to Kanter. Nurkic in the post. Zubac defending. Nurkic can't hit.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And they pick up 2.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Lillard scanning the floor. Powell dishes to Kanter. 3-pointer, Lillard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The jump hook, and again the Clippers good for 2.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverley. That's a terrific pass.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Powell the pass to Kanter. And here's Nurkic. Shoots over Zubac. Nurkic can't hit. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Portland. And the pass to Powell. McCollum outside. Kept alive. Second chance shot, and the layup by Powell.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Outside Jackson. Lays it up off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard outside. Powell against Morris. To the inside. Here's Cantor. The shot's good.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Now here's Batum. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's Jackson with the drive, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and the shot goes down. Lillard's got 5.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Back to Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Luke Kennard. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Cantor. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Mann. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Clippers at and catching up with Luke Kennard before the game. He discussed what it takes.
This game, it's
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
They've got Rajon Rondo. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Mann in at the 3. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here's Mann, and Jones sends it back. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. Finishes the break with a slam.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Here's Jackson, and Covington sends it back. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for Rajon Rondo. And Portland with a change here, too. Nurkic is checked in. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. And getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
And that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Here's Jackson. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 4.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Powell, he's jacked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Trailblazers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. Clippers on defense. 4-point game. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Lillard, the pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. A baseline J. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Lillard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Pass to Beverly. 1:33 left in the first half of basketball. Powell with the steal. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Here's Kanter. Misses off the right iron. Los Angeles leading by 4. Zubac kicks to George. And yes, it's good. George has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
It's Powell on the wing, defended by George. And it's Lillard. Missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's Nurkic. The shot will not fall. George with the defensive effort. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Lillard. Deflects the pass. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a switch here also for Portland. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Derek Jones. Rondo dishes to George. .11 seconds left in the first half. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. There's 10 seconds left in the second quarter. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
And the first half is now in the books. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greeting. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with and
we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
To the paint. Here's George. Rebounded by McCollum. Trailblazers trail by 8. Floats it up there for Nurkic. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
And Portland making a change here. Covington's checked in. And Covington sends it back. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Now George. He's got 6. Just 5 on the clock. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Lillard up top. 7 points in the game. Nurkic can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 10. Here's Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Nurkic. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And George with the stop.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Trailblazers trail by 12. Lillard outside. Anthony in the corner. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Basket counts. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. George passes to Oturu. Covington with the steal. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. And McCollum with the slam.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Here's George. And then George with the jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Jones checked in for Nurkic. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Simons. And a miss there on the triple.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And Cousins gets it to go.
The force of DeMarcus when he gets up ahead of steam. Not sure who got the worst of that contact, him or the defender.
Covington. And too long on the shot.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just given away.
Exploding to the rim, Luke Kennard slams it in. His offensive energy is a difference maker.
Kennard against McCollum. Over Kennard. Here's Covington. Jones, the pass to Anthony. 5 on the clock. Takes it out to Covington. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Covington's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Rondo. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 13.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
McCollum outside, down low. Covington dishes to McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McCollum's got 6 points.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Offside Rondo. Batum. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
And so it's Los Angeles. 13. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
We've got Patrick Beverley. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Kicks it out to Lillard. Misses the three.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Count that one.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Lillard with it. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Powell with it. He's picked up by Rondo. The pass to Powell. The three. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Beverley. Rebounded by McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th rebound in this one. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Trailblazers trail by 17. McCollum kicks to Powell. Kicks it out to McCollum. A 3-ball. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
And he makes both free throws.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Feeds it to Nurkic. The putback, and it's Lillard on the follow.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Beverly, the pass to George. From deep three-point range, and the rebound by Nurkic.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Powell kicks to McCollum. To the middle. Kicks it out to Lillard. Pulls up. High post. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers leading by 17. And a deep three from George. Los Angeles with another miss. The Trailblazers shooting 41% for the game. Up the floor. And the shot is good.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
From deep, George. That doesn't go either for George.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Man showing some terrific range. George has got 11 in the second half.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
The shot by Lillard wide open. Drills it from outside.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Outside, George. The good-looking shot from the wing.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Nobody near Nurkic. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. From deep. Offensive rebound. Zubac kicks to George. And he's good on the three ball.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
The three from McCollum, off target. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better bet. Thank you, David. Great. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Porter is out there with Gordon, and it's Rivers, and it's Nikola Jokic. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the power forward. Right now, both these sides dealing with injuries. We won't be seeing either of them at 100%.
I agree with you, Kevin. It's been tough for both of these teams as they work through their rotations due to the injury bug. Credit goes to not only the coaches for trying to plug the holes and manage their rosters, but to the players. You know, when you're a pro, even if you're not initially in the rotation, you've got to always be ready to go. And these guys have stepped up well, the reserves.
Here's Rivers, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And here are the Nuggets now. The Clippers getting the bucket. Campazzo, and the rejection by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Now here's Gordon, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
Here's Jackson, and George kicks to Morris. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Campazzo, and the rejection by Jackson.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Nuggets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And the basket by Gordon.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical. The sky up for the board.
Outside, George. Good work defensively by Millsap.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
It's deflected.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum, really an asset in blocking shots.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
There's really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Cousins, no good.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And whenever there's an opportunity to drive, Gordon just flies to the rim. Great quickness, breathtaking quickness.
Ball's knocked loose. Lob pass to Gordon, up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
Kennard on the wing. Back to Beverly. To the paint. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. And it's Beverly missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
For Denver, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that.
Both free throws good from Beverly. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Morris against Kennard. Morris with the bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Kennard. On the wing, but 2. Morris against Beverly. Passes it to Cousins. Count it.
Cousins plays inside with an attitude that says, you want to stop me? Give me your best shot.
And so it's Aaron Gordon making things happen for Denver. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Mann in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
That's tipped. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Here's Leonard. Sinks that one from the post. Leonard's got the first basket of the second quarter for Los Angeles. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And busting it up the floor, Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Denver also making some changes. Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. Gordon comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Rivers in for Shaquille Harrison. Leonard inside, guarded by Porter. Leonard, no luck. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 3. And he comes up with the deuce.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Back to Jackson. He kicks it to Leonard. Tries again. And it's Zubac laying it in. And the Clippers lead by 3.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
Campazzo. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Now here's Jackson. Morris outside and all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
And the rejection by Zubac. They get it back. Jokic. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Yeah, a coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Morris against Jokic. Left side, George. Leonard, the pass to George. Back to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Rivers.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
George with the bounce pass. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jackson looking around, and it's off from three-point range. And now here comes Gordon leading the break, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George. Pass to Morris. Now here's Patterson. 1:05 left in the first half. And the pass to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Morris. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Morris has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Morris inside. He's covered by Rondo. Here's McGee. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Hey, you know, guys, McGee has won back-to-back titles with the Warriors. You know, that's not too bad for a journeyman.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Denver.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Left side, Jackson. Good work there as it goes.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
And here is Morris. No good with the layup. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 8 points and 1 assist. And that does it for our half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, George is playing his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite. Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Left side, Gordon. And he lays it straight in. Gordon's got 10 points in the game.
And Gordon is a guy who's used to being bodied. I mean, he just kind of plays through it, shrugging off the contact and ignoring it, really.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. And here's George for three. Jokic grabs the miss. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. It's a one-point game.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. Puts the move on. The shot's good on the assist by George. And the Clippers lead by 3.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Rivers dishes to Gordon. That's not going to drop for him. 5 of 9 with that miss. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
What strength from Leonard there. Not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And he banks in the layup. He has 6.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Jackson outside. George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
Championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, ouch. Back to Kennard. Cousins, the pass to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Batum kicks to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Millsap. Batum grabs the miss.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
The Nuggets trail by 8. 1:16 left to play in the third. Pass to Chunja. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Beverly with the ball. He hangs. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Morris. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter, and the foul called on Paul Millsap. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two. And this is his third trip to the line tonight. Rajon Rondo is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. The Nuggets making a switch here, so he gets them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Here's Porter. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Clippers leading by 8. Now Rondo still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Off on the layup.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's space and then go and corral that backboard.
And so it's the long. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Morris against Rondo. Pass to Zubac, 11 feet away. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Hey, you can't forget about this now. Rondo's averaged double-digit assists multiple seasons. As good a passer as any in this league.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Here's George.
Well, when you shoot it as good as Paul George shoots it, it's hard to stay down on his shot fake. It's really remarkable how he gets defenders to bite on it more times than not.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Paul Millsap's checked in for Porter.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Outside for Millsap. There's the pass to Jokic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Nobody near George. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. Rivers passes to Millsap. To the inside. Harrison. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
Millsap doing a nice job there reading the defense and makes a nice slick pass to burn the opponent.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Inside. Zubac kicks to Leonard.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
And he commits the intentional foul. So both teams changing it up here. Morris against Beverly. Pass to Gordon. Passes to Rivers. Clock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Beverly, the pass to George. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight, and that's an intentional foul. Morris, left side. Shot from 16. Jokic with the bucket. Now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possession.
Outside Leonard. On the wing, George. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Boy, when George is this aggressive with his offense, it's a sight to behold when he gets rolling. Just get out of the way and let him have the marquee.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. And now the fast break. George with the ball. With the putback. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They trail by 6. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. McGee inside. He's against Morris. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, and close shots that he takes.
Morris outside. There's 38 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. It's George on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Jokic. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
11 seconds left in the game. George looking around. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was up for grabs right until the final. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And check out the Mavs. Fashion first, getting off the bus, and now they'll try to make the same impression on the court. Going after this win on the road. The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. Morris finds Zubac. Back to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's George. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
How good is Paul George at getting separation? He uses the screen perfectly and sticks it to the defense.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Beverley deciding where to go with it. On the wing, George. Guarded by Doncic. And it's George again missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And that one drops for him.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
George against Doncic. Outside, George, 5 to shoot. Nice D from Doncic.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And Richardson drops them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Here's Marjanovic. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
From deep, George. Porzingis with the rebound.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Both shots good from the stripe. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The DeMarcus Cousins conundrum. If you respect the jumper, he can put it on the deck and go around you. Draw contact? Yes, that's there too.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Here's Dallas. They're on a 14-3 run. Brunson kicks to Cauley Stein. Outside Hardaway. Out left to the wing. Here's Burke. A three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's a minute left to play in the first. Clippers trail by 14. Kennard finds Leonard. Pass to Jackson. Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Here's Brunson. The Mavericks rebound. Cauley-Stein kicks to Powell. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. Powell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Kennard on the wing. Back to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard looking over the floor. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I love scorers who want to seek contact. Kawhi Leonard consistently in the top 20 in free throw attempts.
Leonard hits them both. Just 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. It could go. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Dallas. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got J.J. Redick. Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Both teams will make substitutions. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Well, the assertiveness to his approach. Luka Doncic on the catch and shoot. Easy.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much.
He has proven to be a quality finisher off the pick and roll. Dwight Powell can adjust midair to get his shot. Leonard,
no luck.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Doncic. And it goes down 2 points.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Down by 15. Here's Leonard. No good on that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Porzingis passes to Powell. He kicks it to Doncic. Over Jackson. Outside, Redick. The pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Cousins, and Porzingis gets it to go on the assist from Hardaway. Porzingis has got his first points of the game. Outside Leonard, on the wing, but 2. Three-pointer. Again, Leonard missing. Mavericks leading by 17. Passes it to Redick. From deep three-point range, they get it back. Here's Porzingis. Here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Powell's got 10 points.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. He has 6.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside. And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Rondo dishes to Beverly. George, that's a two-pointer. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Mavericks leading by 16. From the arc, it's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Beverly finds Morris. On the wing, George. Morris outside. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's Dallas. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Runs in the pass to Richardson. Here's Burke. His three-pointers off the mark. The Clippers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. In the corner, George with it. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Out to Morris. On the wing, George. From outside, off the mark.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones. Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Clippers trail by 21. George looking over the floor. Outside Rondo. It's George on the wing. Looking to get back on track here. It's rebounded by Brunson. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 15-6 run. Burke can't get it to go. And it's the Clippers' ball. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Burke grabs the miss. Mavericks leading by 21. And here's Richardson outside. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley Stein. .11 seconds left here in the second. George with the ball. 1 second left. And Zubac puts it in.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks taking a 19-point lead into the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... Right out of the gates, it was Dallas setting the tone. Displaying the force of a... And that's...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
They've got Morris, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the power forwards position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. The 3 from George. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
The 3 for Doncic. Shot clock reset for Dallas. Richardson gets a wide open look. They get it again. Pass to Finney-Smith. From deep. And it's Doncic missing.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other. Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Doncic feeling it out. Count it.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
Outside, George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Pass to Finney-Smith. Just 5 to shoot.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's George. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Richardson. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dallas. Plenty of space. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity. Boy, nobody between him and the basket on the break, and the pass was right where it needed to be.
Here's Redick. No points in the game yet for him. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. Back to Porzingis. And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Redick inside the line. Dallas no good that time either. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Brunson scanning the floor. Hardaway kicks to Redick. From deep three-point range, again the miss by the Mavericks.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Clippers trail by 15. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. A 3 from Leonard. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the wide open shot from Redick. They grabbed their own miss.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket. That's just a terrific pass to beat the defense up the court, and that's exactly how you move the ball in transition.
Jackson against Brunson. Right side Porzingis. Over Cousins. Nails the baby hook. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he has such a great feel for what the defense is conceding, and Kristaps Porzingis makes a nice play on the inside.
It's Jackson with the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Porzingis. For Los Angeles, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Jackson hits both of them.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Mavericks ahead. They lead. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Mavericks leading by 13. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Josh Richardson out there with Trey Burke, and it's Marjanovic in at the 5. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, he is so comfortable with his superstar status in the league. Porzingis excellent on the catch and shoot.
Jackson against Richardson. A second chance effort, and the layup by Jackson.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Doncic against Rondo. Doncic, no good.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
It's good. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, that's just stellar concentration from the talented forward. Marcus Morris effective at keeping his balance on these tough finishes.
Burke finds Porzingis, and an intentional foul right there. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. And here are the Mavericks now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21, and Burke has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. The 3 for Doncic. Burke, the pass to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. Dallas again missing.
I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through.
Mavericks leading by 11. Here's the teardrop. That shot misses. Great D that time from Leonard. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Burke. And George, here we go. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And here is Doncic. He dishes it to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Passes it to Marjanovic. Shoots over Zubac. Dallas, no good that time either.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Beverly. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Here's Doncic. Makes it off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
And Beverly kicks to George. Sinks the triple. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
Richardson against George. Here's Doncic. 2 points. That one goes. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Leonard inside, lays it up off the glass.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
It took a shift in strategy, but it seems like they figured it out. Let's see if they can extend this run all the way to the finish.
And foul on the shot. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Paul George.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Marjanovic down low. No good. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porzingis finds Richardson to the wing right side. Finney-Smith off target from outside. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 16-6 run. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Now, here's Doncic. So a close game sees Dallas taking this one. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Trailblazers focused as they walked into the locker room earlier on. And let's go.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3, a small forward.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. McCollum against George. Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. And Lillard throws it down.
Respect the leaping ability of Lillard or you'll get dunked on.
Beverly the pass to Morris. George looking over the floor. And George with the stuff.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now, here's Lillard. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum, no good. Beverly against Lillard, and that one's good. Beverly.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots.
Lillard, right side. To the inside. 6 on the shot clock. Jones for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's George. Lillard with the rebound.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. It should have been a simple layup.
And Jones slams it in.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Outside, George. Zubac trying to break loose. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Beverly.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here's Nurkic. That one misses. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's George. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
For a guy that spends so much time in the low post, Cantor is a solid jump shooter. Good rhythm to his catch-and-shoot motion.
The pass to Kennard. Leonard inside. Howell on him. And it's good. 2 points.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Lillard dishes to Cantor. Here's Anthony. Back to Cantor. And stolen by Cousins. One-on-one here. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, you can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Passes it to Powell. Out to the right wing. Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Clippers leading by 6. Here's Leonard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Leonard's got 6.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
McCollum finds Powell, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now here's McCollum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Gotta love the aggressiveness of McCullough. He doesn't back down from the defense. Embraces getting hit while shooting.
It's his first trip to the line.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Leonard. He has 6. He gets it in there.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Jackson against Lillard. To the middle. Kicks it out to Jones. McCollum dishes to Powell. Back to McCollum. Pulls it from 20.
And arguably the game's most versatile defender, Leonard can legitimately guard.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top, up by 8. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
I know that when the main guy usually
he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Luke Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the 3-spot. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. It's a 10-point game. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip man.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Los Angeles leading by 8. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Leonard. Powell with the steal. Anthony with it. Leonard picks him up. Here's Giles. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Leonard on the wing, Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 5 on the clock. Leonard the pass to Cousins. And the shot is good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard finds McCollum. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Offensive rebound, Leonard. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Lillard the pass to Giles. He kicks to Powell. Back to Giles. Pass to Powell. Down low. Kicks it out to McCollum. Lets it go from deep. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. McCollum's got 5 now.
Well, and sometimes you just got to assume every three McCollum is going to take is going to go in.
Jackson against Lillard. The drive by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Giles. Robert Covington comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And that one's good. Beverly. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
When Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Kicks to Kanter. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. It's tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
And Portland making a change here. Jones is checked in. Poked away. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Count it.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Clippers leading by 7. 55 seconds left to play here in the half. And now Jones running the floor all by. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's why you go for.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown to the paint. Zubats, that's good. And the Clippers lead by 7.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Cullen passes to Simons. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Nurkic checked in for Robert Covington. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside, George. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Now the pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. 3-pointer. He can't hit that time. That'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10. And that does it for our halftime show.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Lillard up top, defended by Beverly. Shoots from 14. They get the rebound. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lets the three fly. And it's Lillard missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Good. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Outside, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Anthony's checked in for McCollum.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. The Clippers also changing it up. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And here is Los Angeles now. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the third quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. With his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Leonard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Leonard inside, covered by Anthony. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Outside Anthony. Over in the corner, Lillard. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Anthony.
And what a selfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open. Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
To the inside, and the jam by Nicholas Batum.
And Batum is so skilled at finishing off these dunks. His vertical is just astounding.
Outside Covington. 43 seconds left to play in the third. And Nurkic gets it to go.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Outside Jackson. Leonard on the wing, covered by Anthony. Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Lillard finds Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Back to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. McCollum from deep. Three-point land. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Lillard. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the small forward. Here's Lillard. From deep. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Clippers leading by 12. Beverley deciding where to go with it. Here's Oturu. Pass to Zubac. Second shot opportunity. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
And he comes up with the deuce.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. On the wing, George. Just 5 on the clock. A second chance effort. And Beverley kicks to George. The offensive rebound. Oturu. They get a hand on it. Taken away by Anthony. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here is Lillard. Now the dish to Covington. Outside Anthony. Back to Covington. He kicks it to Anthony. Off target from three-point range.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these 2 teams in that area.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. A different look now for Portland. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Morris.
Well, no doubt, Nurkic knows how to get it done inside. I mean, using all of his height to find the shot.
Now, here's Beverley. Leonard inside. He's guarded by McCollum. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverley.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Exactly. Give it to the guy with the hot hand as long as you can. Let him try to close this out.
Beverley against Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 3. Count that one.
jumper of Lillard, you better respect it because he gets it off so effortlessly.
Clippers leading by 10. Outside, George. To the left wing. Beverly finds George. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Nurkic.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Lillard. Drops it in from 11 feet.
We're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
Now George. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep, the long distance three is buried. And the Clippers lead by 10.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Powell finds Lillard. Back to Powell. Takes the three. Offline. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just Hello, basketball fans. You've got both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4. And for Denver, they've got Michael Porter. He's out there with Monte Morris. Gordon out there with Jokic. It's Najee in at power forward.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
The shot by George, no good. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Beverly.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Nice move. It's tipped.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Beverly against Morris.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And that one goes long.
0 for 3 now in the early going. Just a little bit out of sync.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him.
And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Gordon finds Jokic. And Jokic slings it in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to George. To stop the run. George missing again.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggle.
Oh! That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That was nice.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Now, here is George. Hits the front of the rim and out.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Harrison comes in for Monte Morris. The Nuggets leading by 7. Gordon with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have, man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Now here's Jackson. And there's the pass to Kennard. A 3 from Leonard. Unable to get that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center. I mean, that's a good job working the ball inside and getting a quality shot.
Outside Gordon. Goes back up. McGee's shot is off.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Here we go, one-on-one. Lobbed up there for Green. The shot that time, not on target. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Leonard, then jammed down, and he goes right on top of Aaron Gordon.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The drive by Green. Yep, that one goes in there.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Now here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Back to Leonard. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on JaVale McGee.
The dribble drive, yet another tool in Leonard's extensive arsenal, earns him a trip to the line.
Leonard hits them both.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
And here is Morris. Inside, here's Millsap with one on the clock, and it's good on the way in.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Denver on top. They're up by 10. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a
selfless. I mean, you need to put your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Paul Millsap out there with Gordon, and there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Monte Morris, and it's Harrison in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Rondo finds Batum. That three off the mark.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. The shot by Rondo is no good. The Nuggets leading by 12. Millsap attacking. It's blocked. And here's the fast break. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Gordon. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And Millsap slams it in.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Rondo can't get it to go. Nuggets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And he gets it to go. Morris has got 4 this quarter. Clippers trail by 16. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Kennard with the rebound. The Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Effort's been there, check mark. The physicality, check mark. They set the tone for this game early on.
Now here is McGee. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 16.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Jackson against Millsap. Over Jackson. The Nuggets with another miss. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. That's a 2 from Kennard. They get it again. Batum up again. Cousins on the follow.
One thing about DeMarcus, he's got an edge to him, and a lot of the time, it works to his advantage.
Bounce pass from Morris. Here's Gordon, and the shot goes down. Gordon's got 6.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Morris passes to Porter. Here's Najee. Batum with the steal. Here's Leonard. Here's Cousins. Banked in off the glass. Cousins has got his second bucket.
As much as today's game is being played on the perimeter, it's good to see Cousins attacking inside.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Porter. Passes it to Jokic. Count the basket.
The ball handling skills of Jokic are unreal. He's very tricky and unpredictable in that pick and roll.
Here's Beverley. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Morris outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Clippers go the other way with it.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
That shot off. Straight D that time from Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Morris passes to Jokic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Nuggets have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They lead by 14. Kenny, give us your... Thanks for joining.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
So for the Clippers right now, they've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the power forward position. Outside, George. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country with Pete Royal was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Buries it from 3-point range. George has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
The drive by Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
George, no good.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they dug this hole.
Here's Porter. Excellent D there from George. Clippers trail by 15. Leonard attacking. Oh!
One thing about Kawhi, when he's driving, he eats up real estate fast with those long strides.
Morris kicks to Gordon. Pass to Najee. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Gordon against Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gordon the pass to Najee. That one doesn't drop. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. There's the pass to Zubac. George, no good. The Nuggets leading by 13. Gordon kicks to Jokic. Shoots over Leonard. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Morris. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Outside, George. From deep 3-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 6 points. Now Morris. He's got 6. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here are the Clippers. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And with that, the Denver lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Paul George.
After putting up zeros in the first half, he is making up for it big time now.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. It's tipped and stolen by Cousins. Jackson passes to Mann. That's a 2 from Kennard. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Denver leading by 10. Down low. Tries from 10. The shot's good from McGee. Los Angeles has gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. To the middle. Out to the wing. Pass to Batum. Kennard on the wing. From outside, off the mark. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Ball kicks to Millsap. Dishes it to McGee. Inside. Here's Ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. To the paint. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Kennard.
With good size for a two-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes it to Bull. To the inside, stolen by Jackson. And they're moving it up. Cousins, no one around him. Offline with his three. Just 3 on the clock. Campazzo. And the miss. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nuggets lead by. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver, Paul Millsap out there with Jermichael Green. Then it's Porter. And there's Gordon. And it's Harrison in at the point. Clippers trail by 12. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
On the wing, Batum. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Batum's got his first points in this one.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Campazzo. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Super work on the boards. They really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
Here's Cousins. Bank shot. No good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. That's tipped. Campazzo got a piece of it. Here's Green. Clippers trail by 12. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
George from deep three-point land. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Denver. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Jeff, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Gordon's checked in for JaVale McGee. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's foul number 2 for him. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Morris passes to Gordon. The Nuggets with another miss. And so Beverley will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 10-point game, and Leonard gets it to go.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Morris passes to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. And again, Denver no good. Clippers trail by 8. Outside Leonard. And a deep three from George. An absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 13 points here in the second half alone. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Najee passes to Morris. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
Outside Gordon. Back to Morris. Down low. Here's Jokic. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
The 3 from George. It's rebounded by Najee.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Morris outside. Back to Harrison. Pass to Najee. The layup off target.
They got to take the first good shot they can find.
And even if they make it, they need an immediate foul no matter who catches the ball.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Harrison. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with the 3. But they'll get another chance. So the Nuggets win it. Probably a little closer. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas. Now it's ended out.
Kevin, thank you. There is
indeed something special, David. Thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Reggie Jackson. He's out there with Patrick Beverley. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the four-man position. And for Dallas, Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And the rejection by Zubac. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Doncic doesn't go for him, so the Clippers will take it the other way. Zubac with it, now guarded by Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away.
Leonard inside, guarded by Marjanovic, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Jackson.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And here's Los Angeles. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
Now here's Doncic. Tries again. Marjanovic, no good. Here's Leonard. The putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's Doncic missing.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Leonard fires away from outside. A three-pointer, no good.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Look, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said it, you can coach a lot of different ways. You can win a lot of different ways. But you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Here's Jackson. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Jackson drives in. Count that bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Mavericks trail by 5. Doncic outside. And that one drops.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Jackson against Doncic. Outside Jackson. Porzingis with the block. Doncic feeling it out. Great D that time from Leonard.
not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Rondo with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George, oh, the power on that throwdown.
Unreal. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Rondo against Brunson. Dishes to Cauley-Stein. Great tee that time from Batum.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Seven seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Brunson. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding.
I've been moving through the city like a phantom in the hour.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Cauley-Stein. Trey Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. To the left side wing. Brunson the pass to Powell. Here's George. Off with the layup. Mavericks trail by 6. Powell, that's good.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
The Clippers shooting well. 50% from the floor. From deep, George. Mavericks with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Brunson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Rondo, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Right now, Rondo just cutting through there with not much effort, and the speed took over.
Brunson kicks to Cauley-Stein. Back to Brunson. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. The layup off target. The shot by George, wide open. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Well, when Paul George has that kind of length and then has the high release point that he does, very few people are going to get to it to block a mid-range jumper like that.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Zinkus, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Redick comes in for Trey Burke. And it's Richardson in for Jalen Brunson. Doncic is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, after the boos on draft night when he got to the league, you could immediately recognize the unique talents of Kristaps Porzingis, and he keeps trying to raise the bar for himself. An exciting young player for the league.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. Leonard the pass to George. Shoots over Redick, and again, no good by the Clippers. Mavericks trail by 3. Here's Marjanovic. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Doncic with the block.
and not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
The Mavericks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And so he makes both from the line. And for the Clippers, they're shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Takes a three. That one doesn't go. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by one. Richardson, good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Jackson from long range. Los Angeles with another miss. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Here's Doncic. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Inside, here's Oturu. Plays it up and banks it in.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Foul. He's checked in for Dallas.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Rondo. Off target from outside. Dallas leading by 3. The shot's good.
He's got a good handle, excellent body control. Doncic is a threat to pull up from anywhere.
George against Redick. Left side, George. Here's Cousins. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Here's Doncic. Powell trying to free himself up. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
And even 3-on-3 break. Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Mann.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, a complete center.
And that... Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you back. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 14 points, and Kenny... And that should...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And, guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in a power forward. Leonard the pass to Oturu.
And you've got to do a better job of making sure the defender isn't in your space. I mean, if you're going to pump fake, you've got to make sure he doesn't have a chance for the steal. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
A three from Leonard. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
Yeah, that's a shot most guys are just not even going to take. But Leonard is confident in that.
Doncic with it. Leonard picks him up. They get it back. Marjanovic, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And the dunk by Doncic.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Kennard's checked in. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Hardaway, no good.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Leonard.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Mavericks leading by 4, and we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Shoots from the line. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Brunson's got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas. Now, here's George. He's got 6. No good on the 3.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Burke. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Man passes to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside, George. It's rebounded by Dallas. And here we go. Fast break. Burke's got it. Here's Powell. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 6. 1:11 left here in the third quarter. Rondo kicks to Batum. The 3 from George. No good on that one.
Well, he's using the force, but in the worst way possible right now. He just needs to dial it back and look to work the ball around the floor to his teammates.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Cauley-Stein. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Burke. From deep, George, and the 3-ball is good. George has got 9.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That can change things.
Redick for 3, drills the 3-pointer. Redick's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Mavs.
Well, you drop one on J.J. Redick, he's going to find a way to stand outside the arc and pay you back.
George looking around. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Porzingis.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Pass to Redick. There's the 3. That one's not going to go. And so it's Dallas with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here
that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Richardson. Bogdanovich is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the three. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Stolen away. George with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And it's Doncic missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Dallas leading by 8. From deep. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Kennard, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Doncic finds Richardson, and they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Mavericks making a switch here. Redick is checked in. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. In for his 7th make in 14 tries. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. 4-point game. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Now he's checked in for the Mavericks. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. George is checked in. Here's Redick. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
In the mid-range.
Rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's George. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's Doncic. Top of the key, Porzingis. For the 3. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Porzingis. And now it's a 9-point Dallas lead. Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And stolen by Richardson. And now Redick pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Beverley. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Beverley dishes to Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Beverley against Richardson. Clock at 6. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there, just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hands.
Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. Powell, the pass to Porzingis. The 3 for Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. A 3 from Leonard. Hands it from downtown. Now just a 4-point Maverick lead.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Richardson against Beverley. 2 free throws coming up, and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message.
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Doncic outside. The pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. He kicks it to Burke. On deep. Doncic, no good.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it. And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins. And not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting two.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a three-point game.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
George from deep three-point land. He's off from 3. And Zubac picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.